Hello everybody, my name is Suyash, you're watching Mind Body Spirit. Welcome to another episode of the Law of Attraction Success Stories series, the series in which I share with you inspiring real life Law of Attraction success stories that have in fact been sent to me by you, in the hope that if you watch one video, at least one video of this series every day, it will have a huge impact in your happiness and your belief and your faith in the law of attraction and ultimately your results and the speed with which you get results with the law of attraction. Today I've got for you two extremely inspiring success stories. I would highly recommend you to watch this video till the end, and let's get started. And so this first story has been sent to me on Instagram, and the contributor has chosen to remain anonymous, but she herself has named it I Created My Life. Hi Suyash, just want to share my success story with you. I have been watching and re-watching 3 or 4 of your success story videos every day, and I can feel a very significant change in how I feel and how happy and hopeful and grateful I feel throughout the day. The idea of sharing success stories daily is genius, and I can't thank you enough for it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then she continues, anyway, my entire life is a result of knowing the law of attraction. I was born in a small town in Indonesia, and the town was, let's just say, slow. I wanted to move out of there and live an exciting and fun life. During my teenage years, long before I discovered the law of attraction, I would think about how I want to move to an amazing place, such as the United States, or the United Kingdom, or Australia, and live a fun life. I would get flashes or snippets of that life that I wanted to live. Sometimes I was in a club dancing with my friends. Sometimes I was in a power-packed meeting making deals of millions of dollars. And sometimes I was in a beach resort with a cool, soothing drink in my hand. This was my idea of how my life should be like. But I had no way to achieve all that. I went from being sort of depressed about not being able to achieve the life of my dreams to being resigned to fate and just forcibly satisfied by whatever I had. Then, on my 20th birthday, my aunt gifted me a book about law of attraction. I have always been a quick reader, so within the next 2 days, I had finished reading it. The concept of law of attraction seemed really close to me. I had no problems in believing in law of attraction, as I was immediately reminded of incidents in my past in which I had received in life exactly what I had been thinking about. I also knew that since I am a big dreamer, it will be easy for me to use the law of attraction and achieve my dreams. I realized that I will have to be specific about my goals. Wanting to go to USA one day and then changing the dream to Australia the next day will not work. So I thought for a day and decided that first of all I want to go to New York City, USA. I decided to experience the high pace lifestyle of NYC for a few years, then I'll decide where I want to go next. I started imagining that I am working in New York. I did not just intend for the job, I intended about everything. I did not just intend for the job, I intended about everything. Monday to Friday, I will work. Some weekdays, I will get free early and will go clubbing. Weekends will be just insane amounts of fun. Also, work will take me to different cities within USA and all around the world. I will get to stay at beautiful and luxurious hotels. I intended for all of this. For 4 months, there was absolutely no difference in my life from an onlooker's point of view. But I was changing inside. I knew in my heart that it was going to happen. I kept applying for jobs in US, but never heard back from them. Then I got the idea of applying for jobs of US-based companies that had presence in Indonesia. I got an offer from the first company that I applied to. So I knew that I was on the correct path and a way was being created for me to manifest my intention. After 1 month of working in my company, I went to my boss and asked him, if there were any opportunities to get transferred to the New York City office. He said it is unlikely that an employee as inexperienced as I will get the opportunity. I tried not to lose hope and did my visualization with even more belief and power. I was constantly grateful for the job I was in. So what if I may have to wait a little? Creating my dream life will be a huge accomplishment, and I am grateful for being at a place where the chances are great of things working my way. That's a brilliant attitude to have when we are trying to apply the law of attraction. Anyway, and then she continues. Then, an on site project for USA was announced. Despite my boss's comment, I applied for it. What's the harm in trying? I thought. So, Yash, till this date, I have no idea how, but I was among the 2 people that were selected. I was scheduled to stay in New York City for 6 months. Within 4 months of stay, I was asked if I would like to stay longer. Of course, I said yes. Now it has been 3 years and I have officially been transferred to the NYC office. I am writing this story sitting in a typical New York City cafe. Insane amount of activity all around me. Exactly what I had dreamed about. From when I discovered the law of attraction to the day I set foot in USA was exactly 7 months. Before coming to know about the law of attraction, I had absolutely no idea how any of this was going to happen. Hope you will include my story. I am so grateful to come across your channel. You are doing God's work. Please keep doing it forever. Thank you. Wow, what a powerful story. I just love this story, and it has one big lesson for us. First of all, we may not know how any of our intentions are going to manifest. That is not our job. We need to care about why. Why are you applying the law of attraction? What for are you applying the law of attraction? What's your reason? Focus on the reason, focus on the why, focus on the what. The how you will figure out as a result of applying the law of attraction. You don't need to know the how. And many a times, we limit ourselves. We don't know how it's going to happen, and so we decide, no, why even intend for that? I will just intend for a slight salary increment in my own job. We limit our intentions because we don't know the how. You don't have to know the how, know the why, and the how will show up. And the second thing, she had, and this happens with all of us, that, we have all these dreams, but we are not very clear about the dream that we actually want to manifest. So one day she thought about USA, another day she thought about Australia. And so every day we are focused on different things, and it still happens with me sometimes. But then because we know about the law of attraction, what we have to do is to just give ourselves a little bit of time and decide. We have to be very clear about what we want, and that actually initiates the manifestation process. So if we are applying the law of attraction today for one thing, and then today I am saying I want a black car, and then tomorrow I get confused, no, but how about a red car? Then the car will not get manifested. You have to be very clear about what you want. Think about it. It's okay to just wait on starting to apply the law of attraction for a week. Just wait for a week, figure out exactly what you want, and then apply it with a lot of belief, with a lot of power, and the how will emerge, because your why is so specific and you are so clear about the why, and you are so determined to apply whatever is your reason for which you are applying the law of attraction. And so now we move on to the next story. This person has again sent it to me on Instagram through a direct message. I would welcome all of you to send your own success stories, any experiences that you have had with the law of attraction. You can either comment your stories down below in the comment section, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram and send me a direct message there, or you can send me an email. My email address and my Facebook and Instagram IDs are down below in the description, so do check it out. And so this story, the contributor herself has named it My Seagull, and it's a very fun, very short story. Hi Suyash, thanks for your amazing channel. This is my law of attraction success story. Hope it will inspire your viewers. So I came to know about the law of attraction about a year back, and I came to know that I should start with something small, such as a cup of coffee, which is like the most common example anybody gives. And then he continues, but I don't like coffee, LOL. So I wanted to manifest something else. I thought it will be cool to attract a bird with specific markings on her body. So I decided I wanted to manifest a seagull with half grey, half black feathers. So again, he is very specific about what kind of a seagull he wants to manifest. with half grey, half black feathers. I decided that I will see it up close, as in, I will be able to see the color of its feathers clearly and without any doubts if it's the seagull that I intended for. So, again, it's a very specific intention, note that. Okay, and then he continues, something funny happened after this. You know, I have this habit that whenever I see anyone reading a book in a cafe or while commuting, I always notice the name of the book and just find out more about it. This way, I keep discovering new books to read. Now, when I started applying law of attraction for a seagull, again and again, I found people reading Jonathan Livingstone's Seagull by Richard Bach. That's a book by Richard Bach, Jonathan Livingstone Seagull. Never before had I come across a person reading this book, and now I was seeing it again and again. I thought, wow, this stuff really works. And I knew this was a sign that it was working, and my actual seagull is on its way. So then my exams came, and I forgot all about law of attraction and the seagull, except when I would come across another person reading Jonathan Livingstone's Seagull. That would make me laugh, and I would feel grateful for the signs. And if I could, I would just close my eyes for 5 minutes and visualize that a seagull lands right in front of me, lurks around long enough for me to notice its feathers, and then flies off. And then I would again go back to the stress of exams. And then one day, I was sitting at my college cafeteria, which is an open air restaurant, with some friends. And I kid you not, this bird swooped from in front of me, as if it wanted to land on our table but was scared because there were so many of us. So instead, it landed on an empty table next to ours. The way it had flown from right in front of me, it had all my attention. Same feathers. It was unmistakable. Same feathers as in my imagination. Exactly the same. And just like I had imagined, it lurked around for me to see it clearly for about 30 seconds and then flew off on its way to some other crazy guy who had been visualizing it for weeks. First the signs and then the actual thing. I had no doubt that law of attraction is real and totally works. We just have to be specific and pay attention to signs and let them motivate us further towards our goal. I have manifested many more things since then. Will share success stories about them soon. Thank you. Wow, what an excellent story. And you know, this actually teaches us something about signs, because a lot of people, I mean, most of us know that, you know, when we get signs, that's a good thing. But many times I also receive messages from people that, so yes, you know, I'm trying to manifest this, but what's happening is that this is manifesting something else. Like this person wanted to manifest a seagull, but what he was manifesting was everywhere he saw people reading Jonathan Livingstone's Seagull. And so a lot of people, now this person treated that as a very positive thing, that's a sign, that means that my intention is manifesting and it is in the works. But there are also some people that think that, am I doing something wrong? Do I need to do something differently? And the answer is no, because a lot of people keep sending me these messages that am I doing something wrong? Because my intention is not manifesting. Something, you know, similar to my intention is manifesting. No, you're not doing anything wrong. It's actually a sign. Just feel grateful that not just is the universe actually making things happen in accordance to your intention, but also just to safeguard you from doubt, just to protect you from disbelief. The universe is also sending you these signs just to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself in a state of belief. And so that is something to be grateful for in itself. And when you receive a sign, just feel so amazing, just feel so grateful, write about it a little bit, dwell on it a little bit, and you know what will happen is that will help you in achieving the real thing even faster. And so that's all for this video. Do share it with your friends and family that are also applying the law of attraction. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Any comments or feedback, please use the comment section down below. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell icon to be notified about my new videos. Absolutely a pleasure to talk to you in this video. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye-bye.